match of the night.
Yeah, and it should be a good one. I'm looking for on UND if they're going to, have a good shot in this series. Red Rocket is the player to watch. He is the guy who has been on top of the offense for this team. Look for him to get off to a quick start if you're a UND fan.
And he might actually get his chance right off the bat. It's really high, though. Can't reach that one. It'll be cleared out to the side by Arc, and Hofstra already being put under some pressure, but they're handling it well as it'll go back out to the midfield. Decent dunk into the ceiling, still sitting there, but Altoid is able to get that clear. So both teams facing some early pressure, but more so just trying to test the defenses, trying to prod each other to see where there may be some weaknesses in the armor.
Yeah, and it feels like both of these teams, their offenses are kind of trapped in the corner right now, and makes it a little bit easier for the defenses to clear the ball. They've got to find a way to work that ball in the middle of the field as the demo comes through.
And unfortunately, nothing coming out of it, but Magic trying to get some fakes in, does, and actually flicks past the defender, but that's going to go well wide. Was potentially a chance, but I think Happy Camper needed to rotate back instead of staying up for that pass. And Rocket dunked out into the corner. It's bounced out in the middle. Arc is there. They get it past the defender, and that's 1-0.
Great stuff here. Magic gets the first dunk. Cannonball doesn't really have a safe place to play this, and Magic almost gets the demo there, but Arc too quick to the play, and he's able to punch that one home.
Super unfortunate on that read. It seems as though the goalie had the read, but just dove the wrong way. Sometimes you're playing this fast, you just got to take a guess, and unfortunately, that leaves the potential for you to guess wrong. So 1-0 early, but both these teams, a lot of chances. As I say that, Magic putting one on target again, but that one turned away. And still under pressure here is UND, but they are still, they started off pretty hot, but so far it seems like Hofstra started to settle in and starting to put in more and more pressure.
Yeah, this is a dangerous touch, though. Good clear coming out from UND, but you're absolutely right. Hofstra has definitely adapted to the pace of the game quickly, and Magic there in the air to dunk it home.
Fantastic rush. They know that ball is going to have a small window of time before a defender gets to it, and get to it he did. Magic dunks it off the crossbar, and in 2 minutes in, a 2-goal lead opened up, and right now UND is gone wanting, still yet to record a shot on target.
And I was going to mention that for Hofstra, their player to watch is absolutely Magic. He is their go-to guy on offense, and already him showing up big, initiating the plays on offense to get those first 2 goals.
And right now, it seems as though UND is very content to hit the ball down into the Hofstra half, but whether or not they actually can do something after they get it into that half remains to be seen, as a lot of these balls tend to just be hit down, but there's no one on the follow. These deep rotations potentially not really helping. So right now, it's really, to me, in my mind, what you're seeing might be different, but Hofstra's pressuring them very well, but they're dealing with the ball well. They're keeping possession. It seems as though UND is just trying to throw the ball downfield.
No, you're absolutely right. If we had a time of possession stat, it would be all over Hofstra's favor right now, because UND, they have not had a whole lot of control. They'll get a clear here or there, but in terms of shots on goal, I mean, we really haven't seen much of it.
Right now, that one's over the top. Happy Camper into the corner. Magic can't read it. Cannonball can. That will be off target. Dunk not going to be coming in here as Arc tries to hold on the power slide, but instead it'll just be to Happy Camper instead. That one's going to go very deep. Not the best clear, though. Magic trying to leave it, or rather take it away from Arc here. Is that another ball is going to come in. That shot's off target, and at this point, it's really just up to Hofstra to put him on target, as they are getting chance after chance, but still 2-0, or maybe make it 2-1. Good save out, and Arc will complete it. A close one, but still, North Dakota getting frustrated.
The backboard being left wide open. He can't find the aerial. Had his opportunity, but whiffed on the chance.
And they're getting closer. It's just right now, Hofstra is just really confident. They're going for every single ball, no hesitation, and it's working out for them very well. And we're seeing a pass even come out here over the top, but that one's denied. Cannonball this time will try to play it a little bit slower on the air dribble, but unfortunately will result in yet another clear as Magic rolls it high. Happy Camper, that's a heck of an angle, and that shows why. Off the bar and out. on the counter. Red Rocket and Cannonball. It's a 2-on-1, but they throw it right to the goalie. One of their best opportunities, and it'll go astray.
Yeah, right there. You gotta find a way to get it around that last guy, and it feels like UND, their offense is all counterattack, but they have not been able to land the punch.
Now Magic throwing it straight down to Happy Camper, but defense on Arc, it decides to just turn around on that one. As Altoid tries to leave it for the defender, a little bit of miscommunication, but ball will still be able to remain in their possession. Altoid to the far post, one of the better shots, but it will be turned away nonetheless. And as the final seconds tick down, this will be 1-0 to Hofstra after a fairly commanding performance out of the gates.
Yeah, and I mean, we talked about it already, but the pressure from Hofstra, the time of possession, Magic and Arc working so well together, and Happy Camper almost earned a goal himself. It was just Hofstra, always in the blue half.
It's really, you see it in the shot differential where there's 9 shots to 4 for Hofstra to North Dakota. And a lot of that just comes from the confidence. I mean, Hofstra was putting in balls that were not necessarily ideal passes, but they were just pounding consistent pressure, consistent shots, and just getting up to challenge the ball in midfield and on the offensive third. And I feel like that makes a difference. What are you seeing that needs to happen from North Dakota going into game 2?
I think for North Dakota, one of the things, when you're kind of trapped in your own back third like that, and you just keep, having to make save after save after save, you have to find a clean way to clear the ball. And typically teams will just try and boom it downfield, launch the ball, just give your team a second to breathe, right? But it just hands possession right back over. So I'm looking for them to create some kind of passing play, or at least cradle or air dribble out of their own defensive zone. The issue is, does Hofstra allow them the space to do that type of play?
And we're really going to have to see game ones, sometimes just feeler games, trying to see what the other team has on display for you and what you need to counter. North Dakota has gotten an up close look at what Hofstra has to offer, and going to have to see if they can counter with something of their own here in game 2. And right now it seems like just more of the same as Magic speedily hitting that into the corner. Arc off the backboard. Red Rocket's a good tap down. Altoid tries to play it slow. They'll just hit it straight down the field. That's not the best touch. Magic's going to have to get up for that and save it to the corner. Happy Camper into the side. A good pass in the middle, but unfortunately, Cannonball a little bit too far. Magic will be able to hit that one out to the corner.
The chemistry and the reactions on point for Hofstra. He knows that's the bad touch, and the second player is already up in the air, able to make the play.
It's definitely good to see when players can cohesively tap into each other like that and read the play, almost reading that car language, just to know when a teammate doesn't necessarily have that follow. And now that bump coming in, speaking about car language, getting aggressive for Hofstra as that bump generates an opportunity, but it will not go in. Now Cannonball on the counter has plenty of time and plenty of boost. A great 50 results and a great shot. Red Rocket, the player to watch, will put him in the lead.
Talked about how Hofstra was getting aggressive, and right there, the counterattack and the aggression from UND finally pays off. They get the demo, they get the center, and the last man back, not there in time to make the play.
And sometimes that's all you need to do. Not necessarily a fantastic finish, but just being in the right position to dunk away that potential clear. And it's a very good job by North Dakota. But now they have to defend, and they just can't when you place it like that. Magic immediately makes it 1-1.
This is one of the things that you have to watch out for. Look at Magic's shot placement here. He sees everyone on one side of the net and goes, okay, here's the other half of the net. Inside the post. Great job by Magic.
And as you call it, the men of the hour, really, Magic and Red Rocket both showing up for their team. Magic potentially even more so going for another goal, but will be turned away. Happy Camper, a fantastic hit to the back post. Not enough speed, though, and it will be cleared out. So now these teams are a little bit more even. We're approaching halftime, but I can't necessarily say that North Dakota's out of the woods yet. They do need to put together a couple more offensive strings of attacks to be able to say that they're truly back in this as Hofstra still playing with a lot of speed and a lot of confidence.
I've mentioned this before throughout the night, but it's a matter of quality versus quantity, right? The quality of chances are definitely in Hofstra's favor, despite the quantity of chances that UND has put up.
Certainly so, and now the quality of defense needs to stay strong because Hofstra and UND both throwing in dangerous balls off the ceiling. And now come from the side, Happy Camper hits it upfield. Magic off the backboard. That's a dangerous touch and some fantastic control by Altoid. Arc off their own corner. Open past the outlet to Altoid, but they can't put it on target. It's a tough read, and they won't get it, but Red Rocket not prepared for that one. Just going to go back into the UND corner for them to control as it gets ricocheted all the way around to Magic. That one's just going to be another one over the top, and now we're starting to see a little bit of ping pong as both teams getting frustrated and balls going back and forth across this field.
Yeah, control not an option. Both teams just trying to clear this ball out and trying to catch someone overextended. Nearly caught Magic overextended there. But again, it's all about time of possession for both of these teams. And Hofstra has had the time of possession.
And a dangerous back touch, but will get cleared ultimately. Cannonball across, but Arc sends it right on back. Demo coming in here. Hofstra has the power play. It's open in the middle. Magic decides to play it safe. We'll turn around on that one. Open in the midfield. Altoid generates a miss instead. Arc, the double tap. They can't get it. Perhaps Magic can. Off the bar. It's a double tap it in. That's the lead with 61 seconds to go.
What a huge play here from Arc to get it around Red Rocket and Cannonball. He's backwards on the back line because he expected Red Rocket to get a touch. He gets put completely out of position, and Magic is there to capitalize.
And that's a rough one, as UND has played so well, but now they're going to have to reach into their bag of tricks and see if they have anything to drive themselves level. Magic playing a little defensive here with a soft touch, but they will get the clear out. Arc on the chase. It's going to be into the middle for Cannonball to touch. Soft touch, but Altoid gets bumped out. Cannonball doesn't land correctly, and that'll be a lot more pressure here being put on. All these missed clears and all these missed outlets for UND. They are burning off precious seconds just so Hofstra can jam it right down the defense's throat as another shot comes in, but will be turned away as Hofstra's stat line keeps going up and up. Altoid down the other way. I thought that play was dead, but instead Altoid hitting the gym will get a goal.
What a dunk by Altoid on Magic, and you would think with the type of cars they got, the power of the Dominus should win that matchup, but Altoid just slams it down with so much speed, pushes Magic back, and gives UND a chance here in Game 2.
Any given team, any given day, UND showing up here in this game number 2, trying to bring themselves level in the series, but they still need to defend. More importantly, find yet another offensive opportunity to put themselves in. Right into death. Cannonball into the middle. It's open for Rocket, and it puts it top corner with a second to go. What a theatrical display here from UND.
Arc's got nowhere to go with this ball off the touch. It's a poor play, and UND is able to capitalize on it. Red Rocket all alone in midfield. Great job with the shot placement, and that is going to give UND, barring a miracle, their first game in the series.
And it will indeed give them their first game. What a way to get it, too. Right at the end, Red Rocket coming through. And sometimes those easy shots like that where he has an open net to shoot at, you just got to bury it, are some of the hardest to convert. And he's not going to disappoint. The player to look out for certainly on UND and makes those shot counts. But Hofstra putting in a lot of pressure, not converting quite enough, and unfortunately capitulating at critical moments. That's 2 goals in what basically was 20 seconds for North Dakota. So Hofstra really going to have to be careful going down the stretch of these games.
And it was all about the aggression. Think back to those last 20 seconds. UND was all about the pressure, winning challenges. You think about Altoid's goal to keep them alive in the series, and that very last, goal by Red Rocket was all off of Arc being pressured. He had nowhere to go with the ball. All 3 players of UND were in the offensive zone and able to make that play.
It's something really impressive to see the rigidity of the defense stay tight just enough to be able to forge those offensive opportunities, but really good teamwork and really good play. But that's only going to bring them level. They still need to win more to bring home this series. And the way Hofstra has been looking, no one's counting them out yet. They just have to avoid making those mistakes. But really, UND just revived here. Cannonball just taking it past everyone on that one. Red Rocket with a dunk. It's going to glance off the post and bounce out. As now Altoid keeps it high in the corner. A decent attack this team is starting to make. Cannonball off the backboard. Red Rocket decides against going, will turn around and instead play defense as it goes into their corner.
And even though they have to shift to defense here, you can start to feel the momentum kind of swing in UND's favor.
And it's very scary, I'm sure, for a team like Hofstra when you know on paper that this is the game that you're supposed to be winning, and yet you're just slowly seeing these opportunities come to fruition for UND as that shot requires heroics from Happy Camper, as that one will be turned away. Magic into the corner. It's bounced out to Happy Camper. That's on the near post, well wide as well. That's an unfortunate touch, though. Arc on target, and Red Rocket gets another save. 3 straight here from the UND defense. It's still not done as Magic will fire one on target, or rather off target. And now Altoid is trying to collect it in the corner. And with a good 50, they will be able to cross the midfield line.
And we felt like the accuracy there from Hofstra just a little bit off. We talked about their accuracy early in the series was on point, but now they're trying to push things towards the net, and it's just not there.
But it is getting there for Hofstra. It's just the accuracy, as you'd mentioned, that these quantity and quality argument right here. Right now, it feels as though that Hofstra is putting a lot of shots on, but they're kind of just throwing the ball away. I would like to see a little bit more well-worked chances before these shots come in, because they're not even on target. It's really just setting up the clear for the opposing team. And in this case, UND is dealing with it fairly well, as we can see right here as Cannonball tries for a double tap, but instead will bring it wide. Possession will be maintained, or at least until Altoid threw it away, as Red Rocket decided, again, not to go up ahead and try for that shot.
It feels like the offense for both sides is kind of adapting. Early on, we saw a lot of Hofstra's success on offense came from backboard play, but now for both of these teams, it feels like it's just back and forth, booming clears, trying to find an opening, catching someone overextended.
Now Magic with the dunk. It's a dangerous one. It's off the bar and out, as Happy Camper and Arc are both sitting back, waiting for the attack. As Cannonball continues to charge upfield. Altoid will go back post as Red Rocket will rocket one deep into the half. He has boost to follow. Doesn't get the hit, but it doesn't generate a save either. It's still in the half. Altoid up for this. Off the corner, gets a double tap. Happy Camper, long clear, Magic chasing. It's hit off the crossbar again. Arc on the follow, right down the middle, and it's saved to the side again. Still scoreless as we're under 2 minutes to go.
The quick reactions there by Red Rocket to get back on net after a dangerous redirect. He has to make this play. Altoid is there to make the save instead.
Now Altoid marching it forward, gets a 50. Cannonball puts it on target, generates a double commit. Red Rocket plays it kind of the short ball there into the corner, but it will unfortunately be a giveaway as the teammates cannot follow up on it. Now Red Rocket in their own corner. Takes it off the wall. That's a giveaway. Arc is up for it. It's off the near post. Altoid doesn't have it. Red Rocket needs to be the last defender, but he can't be the savior. Happy Camper into the top shelf.
Arc beats one defender. Altoid misses the shot, and Happy Camper's placement is top shelf where Mama hides the cookies, and Hofstra takes the lead with a minute remaining.
Just about a minute. Does North Dakota have enough in the tank to be able to put one in? Hofstra's just been punishing that backboard all game long, and finally they have something to show for it. But as these bounces are coming in, it's not over for UND. Not by a long shot. Red Rocket, just like that, equalizes.
And look at the play here off the back of the orange car. I missed who it was, but Red Rocket just so quick and quickly up to the ball in the air to punch that thing back down in to keep UND alive in the series.
Cannonball with a decent kickoff here for UND. Altoid into the corner. Happy Camper trying to trap it down. Arc's gonna have to take it off of him. Red Rocket with the miss. Cannonball, not ideal. Altoid is last back, and now Magic takes the air. Do they have enough for the air dribble? They have enough for one more touch, but it will be saved. Happy Camper across. It's going to be a high one. UND trying to be careful with it. It's in the middle. That's a triple commit on defense, but they will get away with it. Under 20 seconds to go. Hofstra trying to go for something late here. Happy Camper, another shot to the back post. It's a great save. Arc to the near, but another clear by Cannonball will buy them some more time. And right now, UND just trying to survive to get to that overtime.
Everyone kind of low on boost here. Maybe there's enough chance here for a 0-second play. That shot gonna fall a little short, and overtime in a pivotal game 3.
And Happy Camper just lobs it forward, but Cannonball will throw it away again. Long ball to the backboard. Does Red Rocket have it? They don't. Happy Camper will take that, and it'll be off the bar. Arc for the follow, and that's all it takes. Another one off the bar, but this time Arc will put it away, and that'll give him back the series lead.
Red Rocket thinks he has this play off the wall, misses it, and it messes up his own teammates, thinking that, you know, he's got that play, and instead the shot comes off the post, and Arc is there to slam it down in and take game 3.
I mean, talk about shots by Hofstra. He's putting up 12. That's another double-digit shot game coming out from this squad. And I just got to say, North Dakota needs to secure that backboard, because at the end of the day, Hofstra is just recognizing that that's where all their pressure is coming from. I don't even know how many crossbars that were in that game. I think I counted at least 4 for Hofstra. So if I'm North Dakota, I'm really going to have to watch out for that backboard, because that seems to be the main strategy working for Hofstra so far in this series.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The backboard defense for North Dakota needs to be cleaned up, because the aerials that Hofstra are going for are so dangerous. And it's so easy, too, when you're on defense in that type of play, to just kind of sit on your goal line with ball cam on and just watch that ball. You think, okay, it's going to go over top, it's going to bounce off, I'll track it back down and out. But there's always a defender, or sorry, an offensive player already in the air waiting for it off the backboard, and it's something that UND has to adjust to.
And they're definitely going to have to do that sooner rather than later, because right now, as we move into this game 4, Hofstra is on match point. So UND has fought very valiantly. These games have been very close on the score lines, but ultimately, all wins count the same, no matter how much you win them by or how much you lose them by. So UND is going to have to try something new, lest Hofstra continue to kind of steamroll through that backboard on their offensive strategy, as right now they're just playing very aggressive. There's a demo coming out as UND struggling to escape their half.
Yeah, and again, we talked about how big this game is for both of these teams. Hofstra trying to get out of the middle of the pack here with the win, and UND trying to dodge the bullet of one of those top teams in the Big East.
Red Rocket actually got bumped on that aerial coming in from Happy Camper, who they himself, after bumping, will be upfield for the touch. Not the ideal hit that they were looking for, as Red Rocket takes it across their own goal. Magic is up for it. Cannonball gets the save. Camper into the middle. A little bit of 50. Red Rocket tries to clear it out, but it's just going to roll out for Arc to slap in the middle. And right now, the teams are struggling to get any meaningful touches on this, as the balls are trying just to being sprayed around the field right now with nothing coming out until right now. Magic with the shot, triple commit save, and now a double commit. Now it's an unlikely counter here. Red Rocket going for a 50 on Happy Camper. Altoid gets dunked though, and the attack is over as Cannonball will only be able to pinch that one into the middle.
What a huge transition there from the double commit to a 3-on-1, and Red Rocket wanted the demo, could not find the player in time, and so Hofstra was able to escape with the goose egg still on the board.
And now they're just throwing a long one, just kind of hoping to catch the defense off guard. Arc will not make sure that, or rather will make sure that they're not so lucky. Magic. That's a long hit off Altoid. It's going to go near post off the shot from Arc. Good contact, but not enough of a placement. As Altoid, we're going to have to turn for this one. And we're really seeing from UND, the defense isn't really that bad. It's just after a while, you can't expect even the best of defenses to withstand this amount of pressure. I mean, the shots already from Hofstra at halftime are already sitting at 8. Like, it's just an unrelenting amount of offensive rotation in boost steal.
Yeah, and again, it's about control, right? UND's offense has been all about counterattack because they've been able to catch Hofstra overextending, but you're only going to have so much boost to make some of these plays, and eventually you're going to get boost armed, but it doesn't matter if Cannonball can float it over the top.
Cannonball gets bumped. He almost helps out the shot. A great contact, and Arc just a little bit wrong tired. Can't make the save, and UND living and dying, it seems, by these counterattacks. It's all they need to get wins, then that'll be fine by them, but they still have to survive the next 2 minutes. And some more of these long balls as Arc will send one in the middle and not make contact, but Magic will. Another one off the bar.
It feels like Hofstra is really starting to try and hone in on this accuracy, go back to their roots, go back to what they found success with, and that's that backboard play.
Now Cannonball hits one long. Altoid interferes with Magic, and that's 2 now for UND.
This was a huge bump by Altoid, and Cannonball's just trying to punch this one down the field, and the recognition from Altoid to quickly turn and catch the last man back, that 2-goal buffer with 1:36 is massive.
And that's so brutal. And in the midfield, there was actually bumps by Magic on the player, but they couldn't get enough of a contact. And then it was he himself who then ended up getting bumped for the goal. So sometimes karma can answer very quickly. And UND as well on the counters, really just punishing this Hofstra defense. And now Hofstra is in the very unfamiliar position of being down by quite a margin. But they still have time to come back. Happy Camper could help that cause out, but a little bit too fast, and they won't be able to convert one. 60 seconds to go.
You can tell Hofstra's, really getting eager here. They're trying their best to get to the center of the net, and they're having their opportunities, but the last man back for UND has held strong.
Happy Camper tried to hit that one, but will demo a player instead, slows down their hit. On the ground, will take a dunk. Magic from the sidewall. It's off their own backboard. Cannonball with a nice clear cross and the follow to roll it up. Happy Camper. High lob. Magic is up for it. Tries to go for something crazy, and crazy is what ends up happening because that is going to be off the bar again. And Red Rocket will try to clear, but instead rolls to the side and gets dunked. 2-1. Life yet for Hofstra.
This dunk by Happy Camper is massive. Red Rocket's just trying to clear this ball back out, and Happy Camper reads it from a mile away.
And that's very unfortunate for this UND squad. They're playing very well, almost getting the shutout, but they still have to survive another 15 seconds. And a great pass to Arc could call that into question, but Altoid comes in and is the savior for now. With 10 seconds to go, can they hold on? A good clear by Cannonball down the line. They're trying to chase it. Altoid puts it high. They're going to have to carry it all the way down, and they won't be able to. An own goal, and Cannonball gets some stats, but a great win from UND, and they're going to force a Game 5.
Huge stuff here from Cannonball. He is the third man on this UND roster that we've been waiting to see him step up. And in Game 4, when this team needed it, he stepped up in a massive way.
And this is why Rocket League is such an interesting game. And that Hofstra, yet again, putting up double-digit shots. It's a lot of pressure, but all North Dakota needs is just to finish their chances. 5 shots, 3 goals. You can't ask for much more than that. And now they're forcing a Game 5. And this is a team, again, that's 1-5 on the season. Like, they have been struggling a bit, but right here, they're looking strong. And it seems like that momentum's even getting more and more in their favor as this series goes on. Hofstra, I don't know what needs to change, but I think at first you're going to have to start with the finishing.
Yeah, and we talked about how they've had their opportunities. I mean, you can't put up that many chances and not, or you should be able to capitalize off of that many chances, right? But again, quality versus quantity. The chances that UND are getting, they are capitalizing on. Whereas on the other hand, if Magic is going to start the game like this, it's exactly the start you want if you're Hofstra.
And Magic just wrong tire and Cannonball. Maybe thought that hit was going to go a little bit differently, but they'll take that goal all day long as they've struggled to get goals last game. But in Game 5, they don't need to win by a large margin, just a small one, and maybe a goal in the first 5 seconds will help out that cause.
Yeah, and I'm kind of waiting to see, what's the adjustment from UND. They've played from behind a couple times, but not specifically in this series. So we'll see how they are when they are on the back foot here.
Love the aggression from Altoid there, forcing out an awkward save. Altoid staying upfield, though, will get another touch. Red Rocket is up for this one. He will not get the height he wants, and Arc will backflip that clear out. Cannonball should be first to this one, throws it downfield. Magic is in there in time. Another cleared down. We're starting to see a little bit of ping pong as both teams are trying to throw this ball away from their own goal. Maybe just not really trusting themselves with it as it goes farther down. Cannonball needs to get this clear, though. Will be able to hit it to Happy Camper. Gathers it up. Altoid, another 50 in the corner. It seems like this ball has been spending a lot of time in this UND corner. Finally, Red Rocket gives the ball a change of scenery. We'll send it across the field.
Yeah, and I mean, you said it best. This is just back and forth. Both teams trying to catch an overextension, and just like that, Cannonball beats one and beats two.
You mentioned overextension. This hit came in. I glanced at the goal and just nobody's home. Cannonball bury those all day long. You have to stay tightly knit on defense. Otherwise, one player getting beat out on a dribble or a hit to the corner is going to spell your undoing. And unfortunately for Hofstra, UND will be able to put themselves back in this game. And now it's just another matter of who can score next and if they can keep these leads. 90 seconds gone. And we've got ourselves quite the interesting game 5.
Yeah, and it's about consistency now. First touches are so important on the ball. Who can really get a good first touch? Who can win the 50-50? Who can get the demo right there? Arc on Red Rocket, and now some space opened up for Hofstra.
An interesting one, another close miss, but UND has been really living on that line of close misses from Hofstra as another one goes awry. We're approaching halftime, and Hofstra continues to try to play this slow play into the corner. 50 not in their favor. Arc with a fantastic shot, and it's gonna get past everyone. That's a lead again.
And look at the Arc on Arc shot here as Altoid gets this one off to the sidewall. Arc is right there. Lofts this one over top of Red Rocket. Doesn't have the time to react, and he takes the lead with 2:50 to go in the game.
So plenty of time to go as Cannonball is going to throw that one deep and hope for the best. Happy Camper with the air dribble gets past one, not the second. Arc, that's a dangerous ball. That's off the backboard. Can he read it? And he can. A 2-goal lead now for a little bit of reassurance.
The backboard finally pays off for Hofstra. 2 players commit. Altoid the last man back. That ball coming at the backboard too fast, and Arc is able to punch it home.
As cohesive as this UND team has been, that double commit seems very uncharacteristic for them, and that's what opened up that long ball to cause chaos for the last man. So UND definitely going to have to make sure they're not getting jittery on offense. It's good to get goals, but you have to make sure you don't give Hofstra anything too easy. And right now, Hofstra's not dealing with anything too easy on their own half as these long balls are not getting cleared, and UND challenging them well. A long ball is going to hit to the back post, but cleared out to the side. Happy Camper is going to bring all the way back down. A good air dribble, but it's just a little bit wide. Arc denied for the hat trick, and it will be cleared out to the midline.
Yeah, and you can tell UND's offense is eager. They are trying to find a way, throwing everything they can at the net to try and get themselves back here in Game 5. They need this game to take this series, but 2 goals with 2 minutes remaining. It's not insurmountable, but it is difficult.
And every time those near misses come in, it's another couple seconds. A great pass. A fantastic shot. Red Rocket cross the field, bar down.
This is the classic UND that we've loved to see play. These are the type of shots that Red Rocket has practiced over and over and over again. The long ball, crossbar and down, just as you said it, to give UND a second chance here in the Game 5.
So well done by Red Rocket, because it's one thing to put the ball in a dangerous position. It's another one to hit it fast enough that the defenders actually have a struggle with it. Speaking of, Cannonball doesn't put that one on target, but it's a close one. Cannonball, the improbable pass. Red Rocket with the shot. It's going to be off the post, off of the defender's deflection. And Happy Camper is just trying to get it out. Magic will be denied, and it's going to bounce around again. 70 seconds remaining, and it's a 1-goal game. UND has come roaring back into this match.
And it feels like accuracy is the tail of this series as this shot's in from Magic.
Again, the backboard is just their undoing. Happy Camper knows it, so he lofts it just high enough, and Magic just has to keep burying them, and they're going to be all good. But still, minute to go, and we've seen what UND can do with time on the clock. Stealing a game earlier in the season, can they do it again?
It's like we said, it's not impossible, but the mountain is there to climb. Cannonball can't find this one. UND has to get aggressive to try and open up some space here on offense.
It's a long ball. Red Rocket with a fantastic control. It's a nice pinch. The air dribble gets past the last defender. Magic rushing back. Cannonball's there, and Magic a fantastic save. Cannonball was there. Could have potentially had that hit, but will go astray. Red Rocket dunks one down, dunks another one, and that's another goal. With 26 to go, it's a 1-goal game.
Red Rocket gets by one here on Happy Camper, and then the dunk on Arc, and like you said, a third chance here for UND. Can they clutch it out with 26 seconds?
Sweaty palms on all those keyboards and controllers right now. This is quite the game 5. It's exactly what we asked for. And now Cannonball's trying to fulfill the attack here. It's going to generate a double commit on defense. Red Rocket will get the save. Arc wraps around it. Deflection upfield. Magic. It's going to hit on the near post. Cannonball's going to have to carry this quite some distance as Happy Camper's up for it. And with 2 seconds to go, trapped in the corner, this might look like it for UND, and it will be a valiant effort, but Hofstra shows why that record is a little bit higher. Will pull out the win in game 5.
Great stuff to both teams, but Hofstra, the consistency was there, and again, the backboard plays. North Dakota could not stop the crossbar and up, and it was just too much. I mean, think of all of the opportunities that Hofstra had off the backboard, and finally in game 5, it all came to fruition.
It's really something that I love to see about Rocket League is that Hofstra was pounding the net with pressure, but at the end of the day, just quality chance from North Dakota is able to just squeak in a couple of goals. They're getting good 50s, they're getting good challenges, and it makes for an entertaining series. But good game from Hofstra, and what a way to end the night here for EGF Rocket League.
Yeah, I mean, plenty of action the whole way through, and 2 game 5 sets to end the night. It has been a fantastic day here on EGF.
And with that, that'll have to do it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this production. I know I have, just coming in for the last game, but I thank you all for joining us for EGF Rocket League. I'm Danger Taco Soy. It's been an absolute pleasure, and everyone in production involved in the background. Oh, wait, actually, we are going to have a short break and bring in someone for an interview. My bad. I completely forgot about that. So Stout, actually go away yet. We'll be right back with an interview here on EGF. welcome back, everybody, for the interview with man of the hour, really, for Hofstra. We got Magic on the call. Magic, how are you doing after that series, and how are your palms? Hopefully, you'll be able to dry them in between.
Oh yeah, awfully sweaty, awfully sweaty. But yeah, we're doing good, doing good. Team came out of that happy with the win. Little aggravated with how we played, but happy with the win. So
At the end of the day,
Yeah.
they all count the same. What's your mindset going through a series like that when you're in team comms and you're losing those games and you're starting to edge closer and closer to the full stretch, those game fives? How do you guys try to maintain composure? Like, what are the team comms like that?
we definitely try and keep spirits up with more of those like, okay, we got time, let's keep it up, let's keep going. Particularly like going into that, I think it was game four where we scored with like 24 seconds left and we were only down one. It was super uh like amped up kind of, just more of that, all right, let's keep going instead of let's look towards the next game to try and get a game then. We don't really do a reset. We try and keep the game alive for as long as possible until all three of us have given up. So it's definitely more amped up than, uh, I guess, calm, if that's the word you'd want to look for. We definitely talk more like, all right, I got it, instead of I got it one time.
You got to bring that enthusiasm. I feel that.
But
I want to ask about, you guys have had kind of a roller coaster of a season. Right now at 4-3. What's something that you think your team needs to work on?
Something we need to work on is our challenges and just going for the ball. Because we've played some tough teams this season, in RIT and UT Arlington. And both of them great games. Had a good time playing them, but of course we took losses, so it was aggravating. And we definitely think that we could have made those games at least a little bit closer if we had started taking our challenges and playing faster more, which is something that I think we failed to do today as well. We gave them a lot of time when they were on their own half instead of applying that pressure, applying that offensive pressure. In the games that we won, I feel like we did that more effectively, but in the games that we lost, we just gave them more time and we gave in to our mistakes. So I think overall, just being faster to the ball and keeping our rotations cleaner could really clean up our record going into the last few weeks and then next semester as well.
Yeah, pace of play, always important in Rocket League. I want to ask, do you guys have like a pregame ritual or a pregame warm up, at for you personally or the whole team?
I wish I could say we did. We were just founded last year, so we don't really like have too much to go off of. We're just kind of going through the motions right now, figuring out where we are standings wise and trying to do our best to climb up there. Normally before games we'll either just pick up a scrim or do some ranked, and then um one of our players, he's Ark, he likes to listen to the G2 hype song that they all listen to.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah.
we play that on occasion, but aside from that, not really, unfortunately.
Okay. My last question for you: what's it like? You're an esports athlete here in this league. You're also a student at Hofstra. What's it like being in this environment and all of this on top of COVID being so prevalent?
It's been fun, but it's also been stressful at the same time, because given the availability of online classes, it certainly gives me at least a little more time to be able to, practice and set up a practice schedule and do everything that's required for competing at a higher level in a league like this. But it's also stressful because of online learning, because me personally, I learn better in person. So, with everything being online and everything, it's a little harder for me. So sometimes the stress can get to you in games and things like that, and you got to kind of put the controller down and be like, yeah, today's just not my day. So I think that it's helped in terms of being an esports athlete, but it's a little rougher on the academics and learning side.
Understandably so. Taco, do you have any more questions?
I think I'm good. You've you've been through quite the series, and you're still giving us coherent answers. Usually, after a series like that, I'm just
Mhm.
completely out the window, and my brain's just shot. So we really appreciate you coming on here, and congrats again on your win.
Yeah, of course. Thank you guys for having me.
Ugh, what a valiant student and athlete that man is, a digital athlete, as some would say. So coming out with that great win, and it's again just I can't you can't ask for a better ribbon on a stream like this.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic day, and once again, congrats to Hofstra and the rest of our winners today. It has been a fantastic day, and we're coming up at the end of the season. I can't wait to watch the end of the season tournament.
Yeah, and we'll have to see how that falls out. We still have a little bit more of games to be played in the season, but for right now, we will be done. And now I'd like to actually go out of my way to then make sure that we're good and wish you guys a very good rest of your evening and catch you guys all next time.